This is the second year after Kigali International Arbitration Centre started to implement alternative dispute resolution. The chairman of the board of the directors has expressed his satisfaction at KIAC achievements. He says that the center will be a benchmark in arbitration and mediation in the region and beyond. Last year, KIAC led many activities. There were awareness campaigns and marketing the center in Rwanda and beyond. KIAC built capacity for arbitrators, professional mediators, and other people involved in alternative dispute resolution. KIAC also engaged in mediation and arbitration related to approved model contracts. At their request, KIAC brought together on September the 19th, 2013 key stakeholders, including engineers and architect associations, private and in-house lawyers, representatives from the Ministry of Justice and Ministry of Infrastructure and Rwanda Public Procurement Authority. The symposium focused on the reviewing how approved model contracts are implemented. The Ministry of Infrastructure was sought for opinion because it represents the biggest share in public procurement. Participants revealed that much as the economic operators contracting with public institutions are willing to adopt the use of arbitration, they are challenged by the existing approved model contracts. The meeting recommended another session with RPPA to review dispute resolution clauses in existing model contracts.
Tugisha inama barwiyemezamirimo tukagira inama nabo tukabereka ibyo dutekereza bakagira icyo babivugaho, tukagira inama n'inzego zitanga amasoko ya leta bakagira nabo icyo babivugaho kugira ngo koko dushyireho amabwiriza n'amategeko ajyanye n'ibibazo bahura nabyo, akemura ibibazo bahura nabyo. KIAC ntabwo twari tuyizi, ubwo nayo tuzayishyira muri gahunda kuko twabonye ko hari akamaro yatugirira bitewe n'uburyo ihura n'impaka ihura nazo mu gihe impande zombi zitumvikanye ku kibazo runaka mu masezerano.
On December 13th, 2013, KIAC organized an interactive symposium as a result of previously conducted stakeholders meeting with the business community and professionals. 35 participants attended from various professions: lawyers, engineers, accountants and architects, procurement officers from public and private institutions. Speakers during the first session focused on how to draft a good arbitration agreement and on the appointment of arbitrators, International Bar Association, rules on conflict of interest in international arbitration. The second part of the symposium focused on an open debate on questions that had been previously sent by participants. On 24th of April in 2014, KIAC met with Rwanda Association of Manufacturers to discuss with them on how to enhance their understanding of the concept of arbitration as well as the advantages of using KIAC services. Participants learned about KIAC's capacity building initiative leading to accreditation by the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, as well as invited to participate at the KIAC International Arbitration Conference for the 25th and the 27th of May in 2014. In partnership with Rwanda Association of Local Government Authority, RALGA, KIAC met with district procurement officers. Likewise, the procurement officers play a crucial role in advising the local administration on contract negotiation and implementation. KIAC produced live talk shows and documentaries about its services in order to maintain an open and consistent communication with stakeholders. They were broadcast on Rwanda television and selected private radios at least twice a month to reach out a diverse audience, and in return, KIAC services became familiar to stakeholders and to the public. The main activity, however, was the annual Kigali International Arbitration Conference, which took place from the 25th up to the 27th of May 2014. This conference attracted over 150 participants from 18 countries. High-profile speakers worldwide facilitated it.
Iyi nama yitabiriwe n'abantu bava mu bihugu bitandukanye, harimo ibihugu byo muri aka karere: Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Burundi, n'ibindi bihugu bya Afrika harimo Ivory Coast, Zimbabwe, Nigeria, ariko dufitemo n'abandi bituruka mu bindi bihugu, Singapore, South Korea, Malaysia, US, UK, Switzerland, law firms za Europe zitandukanye, harimo abarimu ariko n'abandi bakora umwuga w'ubukemurampaka mu bindi bihugu.
In that conference, every country got the opportunity of highlighting arbitration and mediation situation in their respective countries. Participants shared ideas on the inclusion of new entrants in the worldwide practice of international arbitration. Rwanda has therefore demonstrated capacity in becoming the hub of mediation and arbitration in the region and globally.
And I think it is particularly important for Rwanda for conducting arbitrations from industrial and financially strong and powerful countries where they have big companies who have disputes with each other and who can go to a neutral venue for solution of their problems. And this can be done in a very speedy, very efficient way.
Participants went on to market Rwanda as a country with enough expertise in arbitration. Besides, they toured Rwanda learning about the country's history.
Africa's economic development is at the crossroads. And from the times of independence, our economies were run and managed directly by the state. But until recently, or in recent years, the process of globalization dictated otherwise. And this gave way to the private sector to be the key driver of most of our economic development agenda. And since then, a lot of changes have been witnessed towards improved development and growth. We in Rwanda have had tremendous changes after the tragic period of 1994, the genocide time. And this was due to a clear and strong leadership of this country, which set out a roadmap for the country's economic development, the Vision 2020. This has enabled our private sector to grow, and sure, for us, the players in the private sector, we acknowledge the great importance which our government attaches to private initiatives. This has gone a long way to put various mechanisms in place to ensure that frameworks such as this one, the Kigali International Arbitration Centre, are in place and are supported to develop. Given that our economies are set to grow even faster, and given that most African economies are seeking integration for faster growth and cooperation, there is a likelihood that economic-related disputes and conflicts are equally expected to be on the increase. It is for this reason that KIAC was envisaged as the most appropriate institution to preside over dispute resolution and other related issues amicably. There is no doubt that this mechanism will best facilitate our business operations and provide alternative justice to the future arising disputes among our business community across the region. I am convinced that the conclusions drawn from this conference will significantly contribute to the strengthening of KIAC capacity to handle disputes not only from Rwanda, but from the entire region of Africa and even beyond.
Last year, KIAC has been invited at various international conferences and functions of international arbitration. The center acquired a lot from this experience and got an opportunity to market its current status. Besides marketing its services, KIAC has invested a lot in trainings and professional courses. From November 23rd to December 1st, 2013, KIAC organized the second intake for around 18 professionals in commercial mediation skills, leading to accreditation by the Center for Effective Dispute Resolution.
Byaradushimishije cyane cyane nkatwe bari muri practice twabikoraga mu buryo butari negotiation nyayo yuzuye, butari na mediation buri ngaho hagati, ariko butwashyize ibintu ku murongo. Rero mu by'ukuri ndashimira KIAC kuba yaratekereje icyo kintu.
Wenda ngiye nibwo mvuga mu bwubatsi, ariko amakimbirane avuka mu bintu bitandukanye. Ndumva rero KIAC igenda mu by'ukuri yaratugobotse, igenda izana izo courses cyangwa se izana ibyo bintu bishyashya twebwe twumvaga hanze tukanabikenera, ariko tukaba wenda tutagiye kubyiga kuko biba bihenze cyane ubundi.
The mediation courses followed other courses conducted in June. Professional arbitrators benefited also from the training aiming at improving practitioners' skills in conducting arbitral proceedings and the substantive law. The initial target was to have trained and accredited at least 100 professionals at the level of member of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, MCRB. The course was structured in 2 segments, notably a 2-day accelerated membership program, which took place from the 27th up to 28th February in 2014. It was attended by 24 senior lawyers and 1 engineer. Worth noting is that 5 were from the East African Community region and 1 international participant from the USA. After completing the assessment and the final exam, 15 passed and are eligible to train for the next level of fellow of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, FCRB. This is the reason why participants stressed that Rwanda will become the hub of arbitration in the region.
For me, KIAC is, I think, if you ask me in my opinion, I think it's going to be the arbitration center for East Africa in general, because it's well centered. You have Nairobi, you have Uganda, you have Rwanda, all the Eastern Africa. Whenever there is dispute, no longer will they need to go to the ICC, no longer will they need to go to the Swiss arbitration. And I think it's going to be a matter of putting the center forward and be able to really give businesses, parties an incentive to choose KIAC, because I think KIAC is doing a wonderful job. And by training African lawyers, I was privileged, since I'm not based here and I'm not born here, and to be able to be accepted in the program and to be able to meet real arbitrators, to be able to learn from them, to be able to think on your feet. And I think it's going to be wonderful by training and the local lawyers who are going to be able to preside over these cases. So I learned that KIAC is doing a wonderful, wonderful job.
The other segment that was completed by 82 professionals from various professions: lawyers, engineers, accountants and architects, procurement officers from public and private institutions. To build capacity for arbitrators, KIAC organized another training session on the 19th September on adjudication, which is a legal process that speeds up dispute resolution between 2 parties without halting expensive constructions.
Twagiye dusabwa kenshi cyane cyane n'abari mu bwubatsi n'abaprofessionnel bo mu bwubatsi nka association y'aba-engineer, y'aba-architecte ndetse n'abubatsi, badusaba yuko nubwo duteza imbere ubukemurampaka tugateza imbere mediation, ko dukwiye kwita no kuri adjudication. Nubuhuza bukunze gukoreshwa muri construction industry. Ubwo buhuza uko bukora nuko igihe amasezerano atangiye, abatangiye nk'ubwubatsi bumvikana ku bantu bafite ubumenyi mu bijyanye n'ubwubatsi, bazajya bagenda bafata ibyemezo ku byo impande zose zitumvikanaho kugira ngo ubwubatsi budahagarara.
This is a new concept. Adjudication process is not well regulated in Rwanda. Adjudication clauses still appear in many contracts, especially in the construction projects funded by the World Bank. The major challenge is that the concept of adjudication is also new, and the government officers and contractors have limited understanding on adjudication practice.
Construction involves a lot of money. $1 million, $2 million. I understand Rwanda is building a new international airport. How much is that costing?
This is the reason of this training conducted by a Kenyan expert. The trainees expressed their desire to have another training designed at distributing certificates similarly to professional arbitrators. Finally, this year, achievement will be highlighted by the acquisition of KIAC office new premises in Kigali.